The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.
Thanks for being with us today on this Thursday. Make sure to check out the I Love It When I Wake Up in the Morning and Barack Obama is President Facebook page, and also the Too Informed to Vote Republican page. People who like those pages both joining us today on the YouTube live stream.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about Ray Kurzweil before. He's a futurist. He is Google's director of engineering. He's also a really, really quirky guy, and he had a couple of comments that he made recently about the future. He believes we will be uploading our entire minds by 2045, and that our human bodies will be replaced by machines within about 90 years. Here is video of Ray Kurzweil talking a little bit about the future.
We're going to become increasingly non-biological to the point where the non-biological part predominates and the biological part is not that important anymore. In fact, the non-biological part, the machine part, will be so powerful it can completely model and understand the biological part. So even if that biological part went away, it wouldn't make any difference because the non-biological part already understood it completely.
All right. So this is there's so many things we could talk about with this, but there's so, I don't even know where to start. I mean, question one is this idea of transferring one's mind or consciousness onto a hard drive and then potentially into another physical body or even just into an existence that is only digital, so to speak. Is that really the continuation of your consciousness, or are you really dying and then you're creating a new entity which has the same memories that you did at the point that your consciousness was uploaded, but is really a different entity? In other words, if I transfer my consciousness at this point right now into another body, that's not really me. It's just someone who has all of my memories and starts living a new life with those memories.
Well, I mean, consciously, it would still be you, right? But if what we're talking about are machines that can just store this data, then is it really a consciousness? I mean, if we're talking about being able to upload everything that's in here into a machine and continuing to use everything that's up here as if it were still a brain and communicate, well, guess it would just be your consciousness. You just might feel kind of strange. You won't have a body anymore.
Some people, Natan, think that it would be wrong for humans to live, to have human consciousness disconnected from a physical presence in the world. A lot of people, on the other hand, though, think that kind of more advanced thinking species will, or if they already exist, they don't necessarily have physical bodies. What's your thought on that?
Well, even if you don't consider the possibility of like uploading a mind onto a computer, if you just think about, having synthetic cells grow in the brain to the point where, you have a few to replace, old aging neurons, and then after a few more years, they sort of become the majority, and then eventually they're 100%. You'll still have all your memories. It'll be your brain, but the cells, instead of being biological cells, they'll be synthetic cells that are potentially immortal. At that point, I think it's hard to say, given that you grow new brain cells all the time, that it's not you. It's just not the same type of cell that it was before, whereas uploading your brain does create that question about what happens to the original brain. So I don't know how to answer the question, but I think we can definitely see synthetic versions of our bodies taking hold.
Anything else you want to add, Louis? This kind of connects to that old Philosophy 101 question of, if we had teleportation and you were to be removed, if every cell was to be removed here and recreated through a teleporter across the world, is that really still you? Or is it just a replacement of you with the exact same memories, which begins living where it teleports to? It's a similar type of question, right?
Yeah, I don't know if we can get into that, but
No.
I am fascinated by this, and I have to admit, if I had to choose between dying and not uploading my brain and dying and uploading my brain, I think I would upload my brain.
You would?
Yeah.
I think I would too.
Why not?
What the hell?
Yeah.
I love uploads.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to voicemail.
As long as the upload speed is quick.
Yeah, I don't want to be dealing with dial-up.
Yeah.